sports, the two best teams in the National League, the locking up at Wrigley. We've got highlights coming up.
And meteorologist Phil Schwartz is back with the Mother's Day First Alert forecast.
So make the most of tomorrow. We're talking about high temperatures. Even lakefront will be at least close to 70. I think many places will get into the 70s down towards Ottawa, Morris, and LaSalle. Right now, temperatures away from the lake are fairly comfortable. Here downtown, it's 53, 56 in Zion, but 66 in Pontiac, 61 in Bradley. Few other numbers for you closer to the lake. At the United Center right now, it's 58, 57 up at Wrigley Field, and 57 in Westridge. You get up to Barrington at 62, but still only 50.
You know, I knew from about 3rd or 4th grade, when I was in 3rd grade, there was a snowstorm. The biggest snowstorm in Chicago history. I actually was in Michigan. It was the biggest snowstorm in Flint's history, where I'm from. We had like 25 inches of snow. We had no school for 2 weeks, and we didn't have to make those days up back then. Snow plow stuck in front of our house. It was an amazing event. I had never seen anything like it. I still remember it to this day, and I wanted to know, how did this happen? It was basically not forecasted. They were calling for 2 to 4 inches of snow. I'm like, how does a storm like this happen? What caused it to happen? From then on, I was always interested in weather events. Thunderstorms, I'd be out in the garage watching, see which way the thunderstorm was moving. So it was just a natural fascination with the weather. I actually started my career right after I graduated in 1983. I started my own forecasting service later that year in '83. I didn't actually start in TV until I believe it was 1984, in that fall of '84. So I worked 5 years in Flint till '89. I worked 4 years in Minneapolis to '93. I worked 2 years in New York until 1995, and now I've worked 21 years in Chicago. So the vast majority of my career has been right here in Chicago. The hardest part for me is working in television 95% of the time. When you're working, you're on your own.
The hardest part is not knowing his schedule kind of week. It can change. I mean, yes, we know that he works Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but the times can vary in there, so it's not a normal 9 to 5 job.
And I see this model on Friday, late Friday, brings in another batch of heavy rain. So very unsettled after Mother's Day. This would be by Friday night, and you can see how that really streams in here, but notice how it's pretty narrow. And I look over here at the European model, and I get to Friday night, which is right there, and it has very little precipitation. So I like the European solution here. It also starts to cool things off late in the week. So after 76 on Wednesday, I'm leaning towards the lower 60s by late in the week. I'll make it partly cloudy with lightning, rain, but I'll have storm late ? As my text. I gotta go out and tell the producers what's going on, and then come and build my show.
You look really nice today. I love the suit.
Well, thank you.
In the past, my dad was voted like Chicago's hottest weatherman or like meteorologist or something through Splenda, which I was like, well, what's your competition, like Tom Skilling? I forgot about that, but it was really funny. I was like, well, then I must be pretty good too then. I mean...
Now I look pretty.
You get some people who want to come up, and I had somebody come up and give me a hug out of the blue, and you never know, most people, and she was relatively sane, but people react differently. Some people who recognize you will just kind of, you can see them whispering and pointing, that kind of stuff. Others will just come up and say, hey, you know, I like the job you do, blah, blah, blah. Others are more enthusiastic about it. All of that is good. It's just that there are those out there who are, you know, for lack of a better term, not sane, who you have to watch because they're kind of drawn to television, and, you know, you get some people saying things that you know are just playing out crazy, that you want to be careful that you're not stuck out somewhere where you're vulnerable with them. There was a lady that I would not do public events without one of our off-duty cops being at, because she came up and slammed on my car a couple times with her hand. She sent me love letters and all and thought we were going to be a couple, okay? And so, and this happens a lot to a lot of people, you know, and it's part of what you got to be careful about.
And then there was another time we've been out, people just come up and sit down when we're having dinner and just talk to him. And, you know, I'll just be sitting there eating away, and they're talking. He's very nice with people when they come up to him.
But he doesn't want to feel like he's above other people. Like, yeah, you know my name, but like, oh, nice to meet you, so and so. Like, have a nice day. Like, thanks for the support. Like, stuff like that. And I think that's cool. And it's, you don't like ignore people that come up to you and recognize that you're on TV.
He's very personable anyway. He's very easy to talk to, and he's you know, doesn't think he's hot or anything like that or the best. He's just very friendly towards people, and he's always, you know, if you're interested about the weather really and stuff, he'll stand there and talk to you for a while about it. I mean, he's very approachable, and that's the way I think he comes off on television too, like he's just talking to you about it.
For this evening, for Phil Schwartz and Dion Miller, thanks for watching on Rugby Baseball.
And I'm Karen Jordan. We are back tonight after the Golden State Warriors Portland Trail Blazers game.